This build is golden. Yo, what's up guys, TotoTriceps here. Today I'm going to show you guys my Knight of the Golden Order build. Now for this build I decided to go for something completely non-meta, Greatswords and the Golden Order Incantations. I do have a halberd as well, but we don't need to talk about that. The build focuses around two incantations, the triple Rings of Light and Wrath of Gold. That's not all that we are using, we also have Lightning Spear and Radagon's Rings of Light, which are more situational spells. The triple Rings of Light are for dealing with enemies at mid to long range, as well as setting them up for melee range combat, and Wrath of Gold is a great get out of my face spell that really does pretty solid damage for its FP usage. For the weapons we are using the Moonlight Greatsword, but it's actually its Faith counterpart, the Golden Order Greatsword, the coolest weapon in the game. Like all greatswords in this game, it's kinda really bad on its own, but with the usage of the aforementioned spells I do manage to use it with some success though. Now of course you're not going to be able to deal with a really good player using a meta build, but thankfully most people aren't like that, so this build actually holds up really well. Now for people who can't stand to use greatsword, you can just put on the Guardian Swordspear and then you have a really strong build with a bunch of potential mix-ups to confuse your opponents, as well as a really strong meta weapon in the halberd. The general strategy for duels I was employing with this build goes like this. Buff yourself with Golden Vow in your Physics Flask, cast Radagon's triple Rings of Light at the start of the battle. If they rush in, catch them as they are coming in with your weapon or with Wrath of Gold. If they run away from you, keep casting your triple Rings of Light and move slowly towards them to corner them against the arena. For spellcasting, you can cast Lightning Bolt to cancel most of their spellcasts and most of the time win the exchange. Rinse and repeat. For invasions, there really is no way to come up with an algorithm to deal with every possible scenario that may come up. Invasions are just way too chaotic and unpredictable for me to be able to do that. Just focus on singling out the host and use your environment to your advantage. Basically just lure them into a group of strong enemies and let them take care of the problem. This build is more specialized for dueling than invasions though. For invasions, the Golden Order Incantations are just not efficient enough to be really viable. Nevertheless, I had a lot of fun invading with this setup. The coolest builds are always beyond the meta line. Okay, let me show you the build now guys. This build is at 125, but it can also be made at 150, just switch out Radagon's Sword Seal for some other talisman. The Sacred Seal we are using is the Golden Order Seal, as it scales with both Int and Faith. The Halictrine Night Helm gives us +2 to Faith, so that piece is very important. We have above 50 points so we can tank through some small weapons. And last but not least, Radagon's Sword Seal and Radagon's Icon for 20 more stats with faster casting. The crystal tiers we are using are the Holy Shrouding tier and the Crimson Bubble tier. The stats for this build are on screen right now. Oh yeah, like and subscribe or I will invade your world with rivers of blood. TotoTriceps out.